Hey guys, my name is Steve Piggott. I'm the president of Torn Banner Studios and lead game designer behind Chivalry Medieval Warfare. Today we're going to do some community questions, but before we dive into that, it is our first Q&A since release, and I just wanted to let you guys know that we're very, very thankful for your support so far. We're really excited actually about how the game's been doing. It's been doing a lot better than we expected actually. It's really exciting, and that gives us more motivation to keep working on it and get into new things. And I also want to let you know that we have a new patch coming up. We just released a new patch actually. If you want the full patch notes, you can check the description below the video. And let's get into some questions.
How much do you guys plan on to support Chivalry now that it's been released?
That's one of the things that we definitely plan on doing a lot. This is something that, it depends a lot on the game whether it gets updated or not. And that's one of the ways that we can show our appreciation to you guys for your support. So that's definitely something we plan on doing a lot of free updates to the game.
Is there a dual mode coming, and if so, can you give any details on it?
There is a dual mode. That's actually part of our Kickstarter rewards stretch goals that we announced. And dual mode will be a separate game mode. So you'll actually drop into this intentionally, and it will allow you to repeatedly duel multiple players without the risk of interruptions like in free-for-all servers like you have now. You'll also be able to specifically challenge people if that's what you prefer.
Will there ever be customization?
Yes, customization is one of the most requested features from our community, and we try and build out our DLC and our updates based on what the community is saying, so there will be customization. If you want kind of the basic groundwork for how we're going to go about customization, you can look at the free-for-all mode after the patch.
How do you feel about the finished product of your game?
It's something we're really proud of, really excited of. When we were doing the mod back in 2007, and a long time ago, we really kind of wanted to do what we did with Chivalry now, so it's a really good feeling. At the same time, we realized that it is the foundation of a game. We know there's a lot more that we can expand on it, like you guys are talking about with customization, all these new maps and game modes, and it's something that we see we can also grow a lot from where we are today, too.
Are you considering including tools that would allow class caps to be added to servers so we could play without archers or knights, etc.?
Yeah, that's something that we know polarizes the community a little bit. Some people love archers, other people wish they weren't even in there. So we will be allowing server operators in the future to customize that a little bit, even set the exact amount that they want.
Would you please comment on why you made a large patch that hits many bugs as possible versus smaller hotfixes?
Well, that was half intentional. We were planning to do a 2 to 3 week patch, and so that we could get as many core issues as we could, because we know when we release a patch and no one sees the fixes that they get in there, they get upset that we're ignoring those issues. So we wanted to get as many as we could, and then ended up slipping an extra week or two.
Is yours a one-hander or two-hander?
Next question.
Can you give us a brief outline of what to expect in the next content update?
Yeah, there's a lot of awesome stuff coming. Like I said, it's very community driven, what you guys have been asking for, and some of the things we promised in our Kickstarter as well. So new weapons, new maps, new game modes like dual mode, capture the flag, and I don't want to get too much into the details, but we'll actually be releasing it relatively soon.
Where's the flail?
The flail is coming. This is going to be in every QA video until we get the flail in there. But the flail is on its way, we promise.
Will you enhance controller/gamepad support?
Yes, definitely, actually. That's something that we want to do. The game handles pretty well with the controller, so we want to make sure the menus handle better with it as well, and get some support in there for Steam Big Picture mode as well.
Are you planning any sort of siege game mode or map?
Yes. It's something that we're looking into. I think that's a really iconic aspect of medieval times, and it personally upsets me that we've missed out on it a little bit, and we'll be exploring that in the future.
I heard you were planning on supporting mods and releasing an SDK. Any time frame for that?
The SDK is a really complicated thing. We want to do that. We're definitely going to do it. It's just a matter of when. It'll probably be still quite a few months away as we get to it. But when we do it, we want to do it right and give you guys the tools you need to make the maps and modes that you want to make.
Will spectator mode be fleshed out more?
Yeah, spectator mode is one of the polished features that we didn't get to on release, which was unfortunate, but we'll be adding in so you can see, you can navigate like every other first-person shooter. We'll add that stuff in.
How are you going to handle abusive tactics and glitches?
Those are things that we have to come across as we come across them. We've already fixed a bunch in the new patch that was just released, and as we come across more, we'll get fixes in for them. Occasionally it works out that a way of playing the game that we didn't expect is good. Most of the time it's something that we have to deal with because it's an exploit, like you said. So as we come across them, we deal with them. If you guys run into them, please post them on the forums. Let us know. That's really how we gauge what we need to fix.
Are you going to continue to optimize the game so that it can perform better on weaker machines and 64 player count servers?
Yes, yeah. Optimization is a constant battle, but it's something that we're always working on. Every patch we're trying to get it better and better. It's just a matter of time. I mean, we're putting in the effort to get that done.
Are you going to include a left to right attack option?
That's something we're going to test. I'm not going to promise we're going to include it. We want to see how that goes, but yeah, further down the line, that's something that I'd like to do because I think it could add to the game.
What kind of budget did Stormbanner Studios have to make the game besides the Kickstarter funds?
We basically funded out of our own pockets and the pockets of our families who were lucky enough to have them to support us. We didn't have any outside funding other than our own personal networks and the Kickstarter. So. Actually, not many people know this, but we're a virtual team. So I've met most of the other guys on the team like once or twice. That's why it's always my face on the video because no one else is around. We're from all over the world, and so that made it a little bit harder to develop as well.
Do you wish crowdfunding had been more popular when the game first started development?
That's a tricky question. I think crowdfunding is great. I think it's also potentially dangerous when you're trying to crowdfund a concept. So the reason we did Kickstarter when we did is because we were 100% certain that we could deliver on what we were promising. And I think that you see some Kickstarter projects that they aren't at that stage yet. So I don't know if we would have even done a Kickstarter earlier than we did because we wanted to make sure we could deliver on our promise.
Are you going to make some changes to map balance for public play?
Yes, definitely. Balance is something that is very, very tricky and takes time. And that's why not a ton of those changes are in this patch because we want to make sure that we do them right when we do them. But yeah, I know that some of the maps are too favorable for defenders right now, so we'll work on that.
Does Stormbanner Studios plan on more actively promoting competitive play and esports for Chivalry?
Yeah, I think that's really fun. I think that we've started to do some efforts on that, but right now our main focus has been on this patch. So after this patch is launched, now we're looking at other stuff like competitive play, and I think esports is a really exciting opportunity in Chivalry because I think the game's fun to play and fun to watch play as well.
What were some of the things you learned and experienced when you shifted from making a mod to a full indie game?
Well, there was a lot of lessons along the way. The good thing is, we said that we're very proud of how Chivalry turned out. We also see how much more we could add to it if we made another game or in updates as we go along. We learned a lot. I think some of our biggest lessons were on the legal and business side of things, which we weren't. As a mod, you don't have to worry about as much. But we also learned a lot about making games, and that's the best thing I think from this project is not only feeling like Chivalry has been done well, but that we're prepared to enter into the future and make more games, which is exciting. Alright guys, thanks for your time. That's all the questions we get to this time. We'll hopefully do this once a month, keep asking questions. And again, I really want to thank you guys and mention that Chivalry has been relatively successful for us and we're really excited about it. We've been in the top 10 sellers on Steam almost consistently since launch, which was about a month ago. So at the bottom line is we're going to hopefully be able to keep making games, and that was the goal all along. So I really appreciate that, and I hope to see you guys on the battlefield.